everyone. Welcome to the Horse Business Podcast. Today, I am so honored to have Juan Guillermo Angarita, owner of the Criadero Araguaney. Hi, Juan Guillermo. How are you?
Hello, pretty good. How about you? Pretty happy to have you here. Always welcome here.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. We're very excited to be here today in a very nice afternoon here in Piedecuesta, Santander, Colombia. So we just want to learn a little bit more about you, about the process, about the criadero, and about everything that you do here. So just can you share the story of the Criadero Araguaney and how it all began?
Yeah, for sure. So all my family always have horses since my grandparents. And so basically, since I was 4 years old, 3 years old, I was riding horses. We're obviously with my grandpa. Um, my dad also have this passion of horses, but he never had. He was never like so ambitious as I am for this. So as soon as I graduated from university, I used to play golf in university. So, and I used to study in Oklahoma. So whenever I graduated, I came again to Colombia. And I was like doing nothing. And we had horses here. We had like 20 horses at the moment, but all the horses were for like enjoying it. Like cabalgatas. We used to ride on those, and so it was never like a show or a presentation horse. So whenever I arrived to Colombia, um, I I sold all the horses. Basically I stick with only one. So right now I have 18. I have only one right now, and for the ones that my dad used to have, I sold everything and I changed basically everything. So I changed it by genetics, and so better fathers and better mothers and better genes and the horses that I wanted. So the categories that I like it, and yeah, basically that. So, and the love of this, it was basically since I was little. But whenever I started like taking it as a business, as a company, it's like 3 4 years ago. Yeah.
Nice, nice. So what inspired you to specialize in Colombian breeds and what makes them unique compared to other breeds?
So as I was telling you, and these horses are like, for me, in my opinion, they create a most close bond and than other horses.
Right.
Because in Colombia, we say these horses, the Colombian horse, and they are cold blooded, and the European are warm blooded. So that means that the Colombian ones that are cold ones, and they are more. They feel like they are not a predator, but a prey. So these horses are very mm, nobles, and they're really nobles, and they also they feel secure with you.
Right.
So that's basically the most beautiful thing to see. Like a horse, you arrive to the place, you arrive to the farm, and all the horses are gonna say hi to you. And like it's very beautiful whenever
Right.
you arrive. Yes, they're be friendly because they feel protect with you. So yeah, that's pretty much the reason why I like it so much, and instead of the other ones. Also, whenever you ride one of these ones, it's more, how do you say, like more electric. It's more, you feel more. You feel more power, more, I don't know how to say it. Yeah, I would say it's more electric. That would be my explanation.
Right. So, what is your breeding philosophy? Like, how do you ensure the preservation of that Colombian horse heritage and characteristics?
So whenever I was younger, not right now because I'm actually like pretty young, uh, but whenever I was younger, there was this huge problem in Colombia on P4, so on Paso Fino, on that category. It was a huge problem between 2000 and 2010 because all the horses were being produced as inbreeding or line breeding. So that means more than one horse. It's repeated on the tree gen. Like
Yeah.
on the gen tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a problem because in Colombia we say that the Colombian horses, whenever you do line breeding or inbreeding, you can have two options. The first one, it's that it's super good. It's like outstanding, like incredible. But the other one, it's that all the bad things that the dad and the mom have, or the horse that it's repeated more than one time, it multiplies by three. So the problem was that during this time, and they were doing a lot of inbreeding and line breeding, so the horses were small and they were not getting the measurement required for presentations. They were being super mad horses, so horses that you couldn't basically exactly train, be with them. It was hard for that. Also, I don't know how to say it in English, but the aplomos. And so that's the way the force is exactly the way they walk. So they would walk like they didn't have to do the plomos, so they were just like dancing, and it was not a stable horse. So um, it was not healthy for the breed. So that's why in Colombia there's like a huge patch over like 10 years that we don't have like any significant horse on that time, because all the horses were mad, angry, small, not with good aplomos, and they have a lot of issues that couldn't make it as good as we are right now. So as I was showing you, early, and we have 18 horses right now, and only one of those 18 horses it's an inbreeding, and actually we're really happy with it, because it's one of the horses that actually um like we're really hoping on that horse. We really hope a lot of things for that horse. And she's only a baby. She have 38 months. And we're thinking about being his yeah, the first competition would be La Nacional in February. That would be like what we're aiming,
Nice.
basically.
So, what are some of the challenges of running a criadero and raising horses and being around horses?
Well,
in Colombia?
it's a difficult word, because as soon as you start, like everyone wants you, like everyone wants to sell you something. So it was really hard for me at the beginning, because yes, I had like all my life I've been running like on this world, but never on like really good horses that's my aiming point. Like I want to represent not only like the name of the Criadero, but also the name of the department, and obviously my country, Colombia. So it's hard, because there's a lot of people that think that because I'm young, so they're gonna know, or they're more like yeah, they get creative in that sense. So I would say that's the most difficult thing to be around in the horses, for sure.
Of the people that try to get it back. Like,
They're fantastic people. Yeah. I've been like in these 3 years that I've been like working actually with horses of competitions. I I had the pleasure to meet people that in my life I never thought about meeting. Like in Cali, I know a really big criadero. It's called Criadero La Cristalina, and it like it's super important, the work they're putting in, not only the horses but also and the way they communicate with the people. So he was the one who made me think big, and think that I can do, like, if he can do it, why I cannot? If we have the same passion, we have the same passion, we have the same attitude, we have everything, we have the same. So why we cannot do it here in Santander?
he was like your inspiration.
Exactly. Yes.
Like,
He's someone that I admire a lot. His name is Cesar Garcia. He's like super good with me, have been super good, and I admire him a lot. Like he's like the one I'm aiming
you're meant
to be. Yes, yeah.
Nice, nice. That's great. Yeah, it's good. It's always good to have that, to have a mentor, somebody that inspires you. Yeah, come forward.
Right, and someone that you can trust. I think, like as I was saying, like in this world, like everyone's gonna try to buy you a horse, like super expensive, because they only want to get out all
Yeah.
the cactus or something like that. But at the end, you're not gonna be able to achieve the um how do you say, the goals you want.
Right.
So with this guy, having like good knowledge and excellent horses, I would say it's probably, if it's not the best, one of the best top three criaderos in Colombia. And so having him, it's actually like I'm pretty lucky of having like like a bond with him.
How do you mean?
By WhatsApp.
Oh wow.
Yes. So at the beginning, I was trying to do like a really important buy on the world of El Caballo Criollo Colombiano, and so I was asking all the big criaderos in Colombia about a vientre. So I was aiming for a son of one of their mothers, you know. So I asked a bunch of criaderos, and at the end, he have one of the or the best one. I would say the best one for sure. I think she have 59 competitions of what first place. So it's the so how do you say this? So the horse is the horse that have been winning the most in Colombia. So no other horse have more trophies than that horse, and he's the owner of that horse. But the story of that horse is that, and she's from here or Santander, but he bought it whenever she was a baby, whenever she was like 36, 35 months on their first second competition, if I'm not wrong. And he bought it, and after that, makes him all the career, everything, all the trophies. I'll say 59 stage one, if you want to say it like that. So it's the stage one is the big competitions, and stage two is the smallest one. So if I'm not wrong, she had 59 stage one and 38 stage two, if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
I won that in that.
Yeah, exactly. So she won. He was telling me the other day we were in Cali, like 2 months ago, and he was telling me, and if I'm not wrong, she got 20 competitions in 1 month. So it's basically two per month. That's insane.
That's crazy. What? So how do you train your horses here, and what is the process of preparing them to competition and events?
So we have two filters. The first filter is the first group of work that is the one who train all the little horses. So between 24 months and 30 months, basically, that's the first stage. So as I was telling you, so the first stage is basically you walk them, you clean them, and you make sure they feel comfortable with you. And that's like the first stage. After they complete that first stage, we start putting the la silla. We start putting la silla. Yes, the saddle, and that way they start like getting used to it, because it's not something that you just put it in and they're just gonna walk like that. No, they feel comfortable, and I mean it's a process that you need to take with a lot of patience, because if you don't take it with a lot of patience, then the horse, whenever it's um, older, it's gonna have problems with everything. So we make sure that first stage it's like as good as possible in order to pass to the second stage. The second stage, it's basically, I mean, I want to say 30 months, but it's never 30 months. It's always more. And we have one horse that she only passed to the second stage as 37 months. So she's a little bit older for passing to the other station, but she's the one that the inbreeding, that it was a little bit difficult for the temperament and all this stuff. But I mean, as I say, I mean, we only want, and we want to assure that they're good to pass to the second stage. So the second stage, it's with a professional horse riding that all his life has been like working, presenting horses on competitions, and so he's the one that yeah, his work basically is to put them good, to apretarlos un poquito. That's how we say it here. So it's basically make them make them work the way they should work. Obviously, if the horse is not like ready past that station, he said to the first group, hey, he's not ready, he's missing this or this, and we back it up. And then whenever we think he's ready, we back it up again, and that's how we basically move our horses here.
So, what are some of those most memorable achievements of Criadero Araguaney and in competitions or exhibitions that you have achieved so far?
So as I was telling you, as a personal achievement, basically, I'm not even started. You know, like I haven't even started because I'm only been here around three years, so it's difficult to achieve something in 3 years. If we say that a horse, in order to perform, it needs to be 3 years. So we already have little ones with our last name, but I can say my grandfather used to manage horses that were fuera de concurso. That's something like really important here in Colombia. A horse that is fuera de concurso, it's a horse that have won 11 times. Um, let's say this stage one competition. No, not consecutive, but around Colombia. So, for example, if I have a horse that only wins in Santander 11 times, that's nothing. You have to have it winning in Medellin. You have to win it in Cali, in Bogota, in Barranquilla. So it needs to win different part of the country certain amount of times. I'm not sure, but I believe it's 11 times stage one and 13 times stage second stage, if you want to say it like that. So I mean, this is only starting. For me, obviously, we have a lot of hope if in a lot of babies we have here. And we have 18 horses right now. 5 horses are the ones that are competing right now. No, actually, 4 horses are competing, and the other 14 are babies and are, let's say, this stage one. So there's a lot of material here. Obviously, we're in the times passing, and we are like selecting the best ones in order to uh, bring it to the competition
How long have you been in this area in this period?
here. So since COVID, and yes, since COVID, I moved here. Well, I was studying in the States, but my family moved here to the farm. We actually start like seeing the horses more. We start like, and during COVID, we weren't doing anything, so we basically were like riding horses all the day. We were like, this was our like plan in COVID. So yeah, basically that.
So, what role does the Colombian horse plays in the Colombian culture? Like, in how does this criadero contribute to this? You guys do cabalgatas, or you guys?
Yeah, I would say it's like in personal, it like all my life and turns around horses. Like I'm 24 and I work in a company during the mornings and afternoon. Yeah, after lunch I stay here in the horses. But yeah, as you say, like during the weekends, we have multiple friends around the area that they like horses. They have horses too, but they have horses like for the enjoyment.
Right.
So all most of my friends here in Santander, if not all, they have horses, but all they have horses for enjoyment. So
Not some for selling. Maybe.
exactly, they only like going on the weekends, have a nice like echo walk with the horse. And here around the zone, it's really nice because it's like a hill. So you're on top of the hill, so you can see all the city. On the sunset's pretty nice too. So all those factors move a lot of people and also a lot of money. Like 'cause if you think about it, if you go out like I don't know a Saturday or Sunday with a bunch of people, it will be at least 10 people, the guys who's taking care of your horses that are walking around you, and the food that you're ordering, like everything. So it's I would say it's a huge way to move people and money, and also a great way to meet people because it's a word that it's very pure. I would say because the people who love horses are people that actually like try to understand a difficult animal because they don't talk, and it's really harder to like know what they're trying to say. So people who have horses, they try to do it, and for me, that's enough. Like that's super important in this world.
So, what advice would you give to someone that is interested to start something on their own, like a criadero, or getting involved in the Colombian horse industry?
I would say the best advice that I ever got, and it's not from Cesar, it's from another friend of Boyacá. It's to have girls, so hembra.
Okay.
And yes, correct. So yeah, the best advice is that one. Have the mares, the mare. If you have mares, the most let's say the most cheap thing of having a horse it's the guy. So the semen, it's how you say it.
Yeah, yeah.
The semen, it's like the most cheap thing. So the most expensive thing, it's actually the belly. Exactly. So on this like breed that it's like super important. Which one is the mom? Who is the father? Who is the grandfather for mother and father? So it's a huge word that, I mean, it's difficult to explain, but it's really important to have. So I mean, it's really difficult to have a good animal without having a gen support. So you need to have that for sure. Yes, the genetics, it's like something that you need to have. It's super important, and as I was telling you, the best thing to have is belly. If you have bellies, you can put the horse to one and try to compensate the girl, the mare, in order to have like a better product that are the little horses.
Right. So how do you balance that tradition and innovation in your breeding and training practices? I know there is a lot of different things, and we were talking a little bit a while ago, or clones and
Right.
different things for breeding.
So, I mean, if we want to talk about clones, I mean, it's kind of hard in Colombia because there's only rumors about that. I mean, I have no experience in it. Yeah, here, for example, in my place, nothing about that. But something that I would say, pretty innovative in this world, I would say, it's the Doma Classica. So the same way you train your European horses, the jump horses, and all that, we try to teach them in the stage one and that process. So we believe 100% that the horse learn from repeating things.
Mhm.
We don't believe the horse learn by hitting him, by suffering, by stressing him. We don't believe on that, like personal. So that's why I'm telling you, like the Doma Classica, it's the key. Like right now, it's the key for me. We have 3 4 animals that are starting a stage 2, and we are pretty happy with that. And we are not sure if we're doing things correct, but I mean, we believe in our process, we believe in what we're doing, and I think that's the most important thing. I mean, if the animal it's comfortable, it's happy, he's gonna work with all the attitude. I mean, as I tell, like, every time I tell all my workers, everyone, I say, if I don't know, your nail is hurting, how you gonna walk, how you gonna run. So it's hard, and I like to think it about like the same. So if my animal is in the most complete thing, so he's gonna perform the best possible. If it's different, if he can't do anymore, because we have animals here that they start the practice, they were really good, and right now they turn a little bit down, but that's because it's not the perfect animal. Like, it's hard to have like a really good animal that can actually like win a stage one or even a stage two. It's really complicated, and some people spend 20 30 years only with one, and we have 18 now. And but I mean, they're looking pretty good. They're looking pretty
Nice, nice. So, what are some of those goals for the Criadero Araguaney and in the coming years, and how you envision the future?
I would say 2025. It's a pretty interesting year, because it's the first year that we actually start um, promoting and competing our horses.
Mm.
So, having horses in competitions with our last name, I would say, like, that's really good. But at the same time, it's a lot of responsibility, because all Colombia is gonna see our last name. All Colombia is gonna have the eyes on us, and so that I mean, give us a little bit of nervous, but at the same time, I mean,
I don't.
yes, for sure, it's super exciting, because I mean, I think we're doing the things right. We're doing the things with passion, with love. So I mean, I think that's the key of everything. Like, doing the things with love, being with people that actually care about your project, that think similar to you, not the same, because you'll be dumb if you're with someone that only say yes to you. So I have people that actually argue with me, obviously work arguing, but debate. That's the word. So I have people that debate with me, why it's better this horse than this one, what would be this that with mom better than the other ones.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's also like pretty good to have like those conversations during night, or even during the day. Everything that's like something to yeah to put it on the table.
So it's part of like this good segue to the next question. So what do you believe is the most rewarding part of racing a Colombian horse and being part of the industry?
I would say I would say competing and qualifying for any of the prizes. So right now, our best, let's say our best position on a competition was first place in one of our mirrors. Then, you know, if in one of our mirrors, it was the first competition she got. She got first in process with 40 months, 39 months, something like that. So being rewarded with that, it's like super excited because all the work you put on it, it's like showing or paying off.
Right.
So we don't get, or personally, I don't get any money of winning any competitions or getting first, second, third, fourth. I don't get anything about that. I just get
Recognition.
a little that recognition that is over there. Those things. That's the only thing you got. I mean, obviously, you get the recognition of the people,
Right.
and you get a little bit more famous every competition you go. But yeah, I would say looking the animals and traveling with them. I like a lot as whenever we travel with the animals for competitions around Colombia. I try to travel with them the most I can. I mean, obviously I have work, but whenever I can, I try to travel with them. And I mean, it's when a horse perform the way it performed here in the farm, it's super excited because it's a whole world, like a competition. It's music, people, flash, and judges, and a different scenario, and different things, multiple things that are new for a horse, and making him to surpass all those things and compete the best he can. It's like the best thing. Like for me, that's like the best.
Yeah, the environment, the
Exactly. You know, everything's different. Like you can see the horse really good here, but in the competition, a flash, I don't know.
and the
Yeah, exactly. Like he didn't like the flash, and he just like put all his two hands up, and you got eliminated. So I mean, it's frustrating, but at the same time, I mean, they're female.
yeah.
Exactly. They're female. So I mean, we completely understand that. We love that because I feel like that's like a gamble. We call it like a gamble. So we right now we have 18 gambles, and we're waiting on what happened. Is we can have one good and 17 bad, but we have 18 good and
And you're also specialized in sales, right? Sales of courses later. It's selling more.
yes, so it's not like we have a booth with the prices and everything. It's just like, for example, we went to a competition and someone liked it, and he asked me a fair price. We can think about it if we're too far. I mean, we said, yeah, exactly. We're not in a rush. We're waiting on whatever we have, and we trust what we have. So there's no rush to sell anything. And if there's the person, yes, they are. But it's not pretty common, to be honest. It's not that.
We're not. That part of it.
Yes, I mean, I'm trying, but I mean, everything as my dad, as my grandpa say, both say they everything had a price. S-
Everything can be for sale.
exactly. So if someone, for example, come tomorrow and he's trying to buy mine, for example, my horse, I mean, I'm probably gonna say no. But if he comes with a with a good amount, I mean, we can make something work for
Nice,
sure.
nice.
Yes.
So how can our listeners learn more about the Criadero Araguaney and follow your journey as you go?
So basically, you can follow me on my personal Instagram, and it's Juangi112, and the Instagram of the Criadero is Criadero Araguaney. No capital letters, no undertake it, no underscore, no dots, no anything, just like that. And yeah, that's pretty much.
Thank you so much, Juan Guillermo, for joining us today. I mean, it has been great learning more about the Caballo Criollo Colombiano. Very exciting about your future in 2025. So all the best, and looking forward to hear more about you and your business. And next time that I come visit Colombia, then we'll visit you guys again.
For sure. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for coming here. Thank you.